I think what I want to do is, we'll turn this like this. That way I have the dais here. Well, good evening. And welcome to our 2023 commencement exercises. Tomorrow at this time, the seniors sitting in this room will be graduates of Marcellus Senior High School. But now they sit here as seniors, as I told them today. They don't officially become graduates until we bestow that title upon them upon receiving their diplomas tomorrow. And really, it's just a way of holding them hostage just to stay here one more day. I'd be remiss if I didn't start off by saying thank you, parents, for wonderful, 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 wonderful kids. I've been here an awful long time, and every year I'm just amazed at the caliber of child we have academically, the caliber of child that we have socially, emotionally, and the caliber and kindness of the kids is unbelievable. So I'm very lucky to be the principal of Marcellus Senior High School. As I told my successor, I said, this is the best job in the world because you get to hang out with some pretty good kids and you get to hang out with some really great families. Tonight is a testament not only to the hard work of our children, but it's a testament to the hard work of the parents too. But there's another part of this equation that I have to mention that I think is so important. This night also stands as a testament to somebody or someone who has lived a life that's worthy of honoring, because many of our awards honor the lives of Marcellians. So I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to them for living a life that our children emulated as they went through Marcellus Senior High School. It was a tough scholarship year for us, academic awards year, because there are so many strong candidates in the class of 2023. So I commend all of our children who were finalists for scholarships, and I certainly commend our winners here tonight. So without any further ado, let's get started and hand out some awards. The first award tonight is the Ryan Alazansky Award. The Ryan Alazansky Award is given by the family of Ryan Alazansky in memory to a deserving graduating senior who possesses similar qualities and characteristics. It is an award to a student who has demonstrated strength of character through leadership, community service, and a commitment to helping those in need. And our Ryan Alazansky recipient this year is Miss Ava Opperly. The second award of the night is the American Red Cross Award. It's given to a student who, in the estimation of student government, was instrumental in the success of the Marcellus Senior High School blood drives. The service provided by the American Red Cross is essential for surgeries, cancers, treatment, chronic illness, and traumatic injuries. Whether a patient receives whole blood, red blood cells, platelets, or plasma, the life-saving care starts with one person making a generous donation. And these donations are not possible without the blood drives staffed by selfless volunteers. And this year, our award goes to an Eagle Scout, Mr. Justin West. I'd asked teacher Dan Bingham to join me at the dais. Our Board of Education gives an Art Purchase Award to honor one piece of work of art that the teachers select as representing the best work completed by a senior student. This award recognizes work ethic, enthusiasm, quality of artwork, creativity, and overall participation in school-based art projects. This work will hang in the Marcellus Central School District, and this year's recipient is Avery Hammond. Thanks, Dan. The Robert Earl Baker Memorial Scholarship is given to a student who meets the requirements of Mr. Baker's will. The criteria include academic standing, financial need, and a planned course of study in college. Winners of this award have specific things that must be done to maintain this scholarship. They must place flowers at the grave of Mr. Baker's parents, as well as play 2 songs, Near My God to Thee and Home Sweet Home, at the gravesite of his parents. This is the 40th year of the scholarship, and this is a 4-year scholarship. And our winner this year is Lily Schultz. Joining me at the dais for our next scholarship is Miss Jan Castor, wife of Mike Castor, to present the first annual Mike Castor Grateful Heart Award. Jan, if you'd like to come forward.
It's my honor to present this award in memory of my husband. And I wanted to find the parallels between my husband and our first recipient. And like my husband, he did very well in school, liked music, and my husband played the tuba and was the student conductor for Janesville DeWitt. My husband made a lot of people laugh. In fact, that was one of his most endearing qualities. And in the later years, when he was sick, one of his most cherished things to do was to watch old movies. And even though he couldn't hear very well, he had them memorized, and he could repeat them almost word for word. He liked Cool Hand Luke, The Sandlot, The Blues Brothers, Monty Python, and To Kill a Mockingbird. In fact, during To Kill a Mockingbird, he would always cry at the same part, when Atticus Finch would say, "You know, Jim, you only have one father." And my husband was a wonderful father to his 4 kids. He also loved musicals, The Sound of Music. One of our first dates was to Fiddler on the Roof, and as a surprise, he took me to Phantom of the Opera at the Pantages Theater in Toronto. So to our first award recipient, when you're at that part in your career when you're going to make your own Fabelman's movie, I hope you will remember Mike Castor. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce the first ever Mike Castor Grateful Heart Award winner, Mr. EARL Fern. He's coming down right here. Thanks, Jan. The Carmen Casa Jr. Memorial Scholarship is given to a student who has demonstrated the characteristics exemplified by Mr. Costa. This student is caring, conscientious, encourages his or her classmates, and has a demonstrated high musical achievement and dedication to the band program. As I look around the room, I know many of our parents had Mr. Costa as their band teacher, and I think we would all agree that this year's recipient is a worthy recipient, because this year's recipient is Mr. Luke Hart. The Jonathan Clark Memorial Award is presented by the Clark family in memory of John Clark, a 1986 graduate of Marcellus High School. John loved music and was an active member of the MCS band. This award goes to a graduating senior who has a background in music and has been accepted to an institution of higher learning where he or she will participate in music activities and or performance. And this year's recipient is Mr. Nate Alexander. The family of Mike Cogswell presents the Michael Cogswell Memorial Award to a student who has demonstrated a combined love and talent in English and in music. This year's recipient of this award is Miss Claire Rona. The next award is given in honor of Chester Driver and Lucy Sweet. The Chester Driver and Lucy Sweet Scholarship Awards are presented to 4 seniors based on the following criteria: high scholastic performance and ability, demonstrated leadership while at Marcellus Senior High School, and participation in leadership and community affairs. Our 4 recipients this year are Ava Opperly, Bob Bartolotta, Carly Hopper, and Anna Suarez. Who's coming first? Ava? Okay. Thank you. The Fetterman Durant Science Award is donated by the high school science department in memory of Mr. Fetterman, who served the students of Marcellus Senior High School as a physics teacher and science department chair, and Reginald Durant, who served the students as an earth science teacher and science department chair. This award goes to the outstanding science student, and this year our outstanding science student is Mr. Lucas Grebe. The Ida Gleason Award is an award given in memory of Ida Gleason by the County South Resource Center to a graduating senior based on community service. It's our honor this year to present Mr. Daniel Honeywell, who is the recipient of this award. The Hillrom Scholarship Fund was created to support graduating seniors from selected high school districts who are children, stepchildren, or grandchildren of current or former employees of the Skaneateles Falls, New York facility of Hillrom Welch Allen, who were employed prior to December 31st, 2021. The recipient of this year's Hillrom Scholarship is Ms. Kelly Gannon. The New York State the New York State Excellence Scholarships are academic scholarships given to our graduating seniors by the New York State Department of Education for academic excellence and performance. This year we were lucky to have a handful of winners, and I'd like to congratulate them. They are Lucas Grebe, Anella Bolster, Ethan Snyder, and Ava Opperly. I got Lucas coming forward.
No, John, sorry. And the next one is Bolster. Eva.
The Jody Tanner Carla Scholarship is given to a senior pursuing post-secondary education who serves as a positive role model through perseverance, determination, versatility, loyalty, honesty, compassion, commitment throughout his or her tenure here in Marcellus. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, Jody was one of my teachers, and Jody hid a severe illness from all of us for her entire life until it finally took her life. And she was one of the bravest people I've ever met, and I think she'd be very happy with our award recipient this year, because our award recipient is Anella Bolster. The Donald Kilcoyne Optimist Club donates the Donald Kilcoyne Award for Occupational Excellence. And I'd like to have Jeannie Overin come forward as a representative of the Optimist Club. The Donald Kilcoyne Award for Occupational Education goes to the student whose grades, attendance, and effort make them the most outstanding graduate of our BOCES occupational program this year. It was a landslide vote, I'm going to tell you, and our winner this year was Jordan Martin. The family of John Joseph Lamanchi have established the John Joseph Lamanchi Scholarship. It is presented to a graduating senior who embraces academics and espouses the principle of respect, kindness, and compassion for others. The recipient of the John Joseph Lamanchi Memorial Scholarship this year is Mr. Nolan Manahan. The Dorothy Long Scholarship is given by the class of Marcellus High School graduates of the classes of 1931 to 1939 to honor their class advisor. And it is given to a student who, in the estimation of the senior class, put forth a genuine effort for the entire student body to succeed. And this year's recipient is Mr. Robert Bartolotta. The Malcolm Memorial Award is presented to a senior entering the field of education. It is donated by the daughters of John R. Malcolm, who served as president of the Board of Education for 38 years here. In his honor, our future elementary school teacher won this award, Miss Sydney Cologne. At this time, I'd ask Lydia West and Joanne Lewandowski to come forward and help me present the Marcellus Academic Club Awards. The Marcellus Academic Club, which consists of parents, teachers, and community members, presents the top 3 graduating seniors with the highest weighted grade point averages in the senior class. The following are our winners for this year: Anella Bolster, Ethan Snyder, and Lucas Grebe. Thank you. The next award is the Marcellus Central School District Bus Driver Scholarship. I think many of you know our bus drivers have a pretty difficult job in keeping those big yellow cheese boxes between the lines on the road every day while transporting up to 50 kids per bus. It is a job that is not for the faint of heart. But what you probably don't know is they're the first eyes on every set of kids that we have. They know and they tell us every day if a kid is coming in feeling bad. They let us know if there's a problem that they see at home. They're our eyes in the sky for us, and they are the most valuable part of what we do to keep our kids safe coming to and from school. They have funded an award for our students who have strove to achieve their high school education and put forth a genuine effort and perseverance to achieve. This year, they chose 2 scholarships to give away, and the 2 winners of our scholarships this year are Muhammad Abed and Tagasti Nedebe. The Marcellus Faculty Association Scholar Incentive Award is provided by the Marcellus Faculty Association and presented to graduating seniors for academic excellence. This year's recipient of the MFA is Ms. Anella Bolster. And I'd ask Jeannie Overend to come back up here, as we are going to give out the Marcellus Optimus Unsung Hero Award. And it's presented annually to a young person who has demonstrated the values outlined in the Optimus Creed: strong of mind, talk of health, happiness and prosperity, makes friends, looks at the sunny side, thinks, works, and does her best with enthusiasm. It's my honor this year to give our award to Ms. Tagasti Nedebe. The Marcellus High School Music Department Excellence Award is given to a graduating senior who has demonstrated an unwavering work ethic, is an active volunteer for music department events, has displayed performance excellence and advanced ability in all aspects of music, and is a member of at least one performance group through high school. Given the fact that I saw her on the news tonight at the Jazz Fest, I think this is an appropriate scholarship for her. Our winner this year of this award is Ms. Haley Gomez. And I'd like to have Nancy Hart join me at the dais as we present the Martisco Lions Club Award. Would you like to say something?
It'll be short.
Okay.
The Martisco Lions Club is part of an international Lions Club group whose motto is to serve. Therefore, this is our focus. We are awarding 2 scholarships, as we do yearly, to 2 gentlemen who have contributed to their community, as well as keeping very high grades. So our big congratulations and best wishes to...
How about Nolan Manahan and Justin West?
Yes.
You want to give out the awards to them as they come down? That's Nolan.
This is Nolan.
Yeah.
I know who they are. Where's Nolan? Congratulations. Congratulations, Justin.
At this time, I'd have Tim Manahan come forward to help me present the McClurg Building for the Future Educational Assistance Award. All right. The McClurg Building for the Future Educational Assistance Award was established by the McClurg Remodeling and Construction Firm. It is awarded to a senior who has participated in class, trade, independent study, internship, or a job in construction, carpentry, design, or related fields. This year's recipient is Mr. Kyle Darminio. If any of you heard a dune buggy running around my campus last week, that was Mr. Darminio, because he not only drove it through my campus, he also designed and built it. So congratulations, Kyle. I'd ask Tara Charles to come forward to help me present the Bob Midgley. The Robert Midgley Memorial Award is given in memory of Mr. Midgley, a dedicated community member, father, and husband, and professional photographer. Many cherished moments of Marcellus Senior High School proms and balls and senior portraits were captured by Bob. It is his dedication and passion to the art of photography and his love of the Marcellus Central School District that we're here to commemorate. And it's my honor to introduce Ms. Lee Foster as our recipient. I would ask Catherine Dennis to come forward. Mrs. Dennis is one of the trustees of the Mulroy Scholarship. The Martha Mulroy, or the Mildred R. Martha, good Lord. The Mildred R. Mulroy Scholarship is an award established by Mildred R. Mulroy pursuant to the provisions of her last will and testament. This award is given to a student pursuing education or in the field of mathematics. And in all honesty, when we look at the recipients, we think Mrs. Mulroy would have loved this person. Our recipients this year are Ava Opperly and Kyle Darminio. Kyle's coming here, Ava's over here. At this point, I would ask Kate Walsh to come forward, as we are going to give the Atisco Lake Preservation Association Care for the Environment Award. Would you like to say some words? All right.
The Atisco Lake Preservation Association was formed as a not-for-profit 501c3 organization in 2009 to protect one of our region's greatest resources, fresh water. One of our missions is to help inform and educate Central New York residents of the importance of protecting and preserving the lake and its watershed, as it supplies almost half of the daily drinking water to over 340,000 customers in the Central New York region. I am very pleased to honor this year's recipient, who together with his family has been an active supporter of OLPA. Each year they participate in the Watershed Shuffle, a 5K run or 2-mile walk, often walking away with first, second, or third place awards. He appears to be a very focused young man who I'm sure will do very well in his choice of university. Congratulations. Oh, congratulations, Karen Capozzi.
The Christine Parish Nursing Scholarship is an award presenting to a graduating senior pursuing a career in nursing and/or a medical field. Chris was my first nurse here, and I was scared of her when I got here. But she was one of the kindest, warmest, and an outstanding nurse, and I know she would be very happy with this year's recipient. Our recipient of the Chris Parish this year is Carly Hopper. The Holly Prentice Memorial Scholarship is provided by our Performing Arts Department and is given to someone who best exemplifies the qualities, values, and morals that Holly stood for and lived by: dedication as a musician, resilient and caring as a person. This year's recipient of the Holly Prentice is Miss Gabby Bracera. Incidentally, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that Gabby and Avery Hammond will be singing a duet at commencement tomorrow, and I sat over in the corner listening to them practice today, sobbing, so it's awesome. I'm not afraid to admit that at my age. So I would ask Ms. Charles to come forward again as we give out the Rodrigo Scholarship. The Rodrigo Scholarship is given to a graduating senior who will study fine arts at the college level. And our award recipient this year is the painter of my official mural here in Marcellus Senior High School, Miss Lila Kelly. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Greg Quick, our representative from Rotary, as we give away our next award, which is the Service Above Self Award.
Thank you. Hi. The Marcellus Rotary has established 2 awards to be given annually to 2 high school graduates. The awards are for graduating seniors who exemplify the Rotary motto, service above self, as evidenced by their actions and service for others in the Marcellus schools and community. These awards are intended to encourage their continuing commitment to this ideal in support of future educational, vocational, or service expenses they may incur as they move on from their Marcellus schools. Rotary is a non-political, non-religious organization with over 1 million members, open to all, that tries to do good in the world. The Marcellus Rotary Club supports a lot of stuff in the community: the Post Office, Baltimore Woods, American Legion, Samaritan Center, Upstate Cancer Center, etc. We also have taken a lead role with the Old Home Days celebrations, and that's quite a bit to do. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that new members are always welcome. The Rotary Club recognizes the commitment to the service of above self ideals presented in all of the applications from the Marcellus students. I think Mr. Dickey said it well, that this is a pretty good class, and we had a tough decision to make. This year's awards go to Ava Opperly and Robbie Tedesco. Congratulations.
The Nicole Seaman Memorial Humanitarian Award is given in memory of Nicole Seaman, who was a member of the class of 1998. This award is intended to recognize members of the senior class who have demonstrated compassionate attitude towards others, whose behavior has positively impacted the lives of others, and who have been integral in the success of the senior class this year. This year we have 2 recipients, and those 2 recipients are Gabrielle Becerra and Samantha Ritchie. I'd like to ask Tom and Nancy Sheridan to come forward as we present the Mike Sheridan Memorial Scholarship. Would you like to say some words? Absolutely.
Good evening. My name is Tom Sheridan, as your principal introduced me. Marcellus, class of 1979. My sister Nancy, class of 1978. And I want to recognize two other of my siblings. My brother Tim, class of 1974, and my brother Chris, class of 1971. So you can figure out who the oldest is and who the youngest is. We are the siblings of Michael Sheridan, class of 1977, for whom the Michael J. Sheridan Scholarship was established. The scholarship bears his name, was created to honor Michael's memory after he was murdered in Florida in May of 1989. A three-sport athlete in cross country, basketball, and track and field here at Marcellus High School, Mike went on to become a decorated track and field athlete at Catawba College in North Carolina. The endowed scholarship that's being awarded tonight, one to a female student athlete and one to a male student athlete, is unique in several respects. This is a scholarship that you don't apply for. The recipient are students who are selected by committee, which includes your teachers, school administrators, coaches, and members from the community. Your selection is a reflection on the young man and woman you were and have become over the past 4 years here at Marcellus High School. I'll tell you this, we did not and do not look for perfection. Our parents, Frederick and Patricia Sheridan, were adamant that the recipients of this scholarship should possess characteristics that reflect the person who Michael was. Academically, we're not looking for an A student. Rather, it should be a student where academic success did not come easy, had to struggle in some areas, and had to work hard to attain the GPA of a B student. Socially, the recipient must demonstrate a high level of personal integrity in and out of school, compassion and respect for their fellow classmates, regardless of their classmates' lot in life, as well as respect for their teachers and school administrators. Also, and this is real important, the recipient should have a sense of humor that just may include a harmless, mischievous streak. Athletically, the recipient should be someone who maximized their God-given talents and that they trained hard and played hard, regardless of the outcome on game day. In other words, they busted their butt, and above all, they were a good teammate. Ideally, we're looking for at least a two-sport athlete. And finally, one last component. At the committee, the question was always asked by myself and my sister, will the student be completely surprised? Tonight's recipients demonstrated these qualities. Tonight we're pleased to present Ms. Grace Rinkowitz and Mr. Caden Strife. We got you right here. Congratulations, brother. Thank you. Oh, you bet.
Okay. The Evelyn Barry Van Camp Award is presented to a graduating senior at Marcellus High School to recognize the life and accomplishment of Evelyn Barry Van Camp, who was a practicing nurse and teacher aide in the district. This award is granted to a student who will be attending college to pursue a career in nursing and/or the medical emergency management field. And we could think of no better worthy recipient than Miss Bailey Ellis. Take them out. Yes. Yeah. I would like to have Tom Meyer come forward to help me present the Patty Weiss Educational Assistance Award. Do you want me to read this? You're doing a great job. You got it. I just got to remember to hit the button every now and then, Tom. The Patty Weiss Educational Assistance Award is given to a graduating senior from Marcellus Senior High School who plans to study science at a 2- or 4-year college and who has demonstrated a consistent commitment to Baltimore Woods through volunteer programs. This year's recipient is Mr. Lucas Grebe. Thank you. The John R. Michol Award is a brand-new award this year, and I have to tell you that I started off by talking to Mrs. Michol on the phone, and as a 57-year-old man being called young man many, many times, and making sure that I understood the importance of her husband's life and the role of Chester Driver in his life and all of the beautiful people in Marcellus that made John Michol's life possible. It is truly one of those things that makes being a Marcellian special, when you get to hear the stories of people like Chet Driver and the likes. Just to give you a little bit of background on this, Mr. Michol was not a college-bound child when he left Marcellus, but Chester Driver saw in him a spark and actually got him into UAlbany. And actually, because Mr. Michol didn't have the money, he called a friend, a classmate of his, and Mr. Michol lived with his classmate outside of Albany for free for his time at Albany. In honor of that, Mr. Michol became a teacher. And this is to express the gratitude for the experience that he had while attending Marcellus Senior High School. The first ever recipient of the John R. Michol Memorial Award is Miss Lauren Muller. It's our last award of the night, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Our last presentation of the night, the last award, is the American Legion Steen Family Memorial Scholarship. It recognizes a child or a grandchild who has been, whose parents or grandparents have been active members in the American Legion or the American Legion Auxiliary. And this year's recipient of the American Legion Steen Family Memorial Scholarship is Miss Carol Wangsness. So I guess this is my time to close the show. And probably the last thing you want to do is hear me. But I do have to thank all of our families for showing up and members of our community service organizations for their continued support of the Marcellus Senior High School. I'd like to thank our families for bringing us the best students that we could possibly have. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I've worked for the last 7 years under one of the best leaders I've ever been under, who is retiring at the end of the year, our superintendent of schools, Miss Michelle Brantner, who's sitting up and back, so I wanted to thank her. And as I've been telling many of the kids as I sat with them at the end of school during lunches and had conversations, these awards are important to the family, and these sometimes it's a great time for you to get to know them and understand a little bit about them and about the award that you receive from them if they're here. So I encourage you to mingle with them, because as we end, we will be having a reception in your honor, sponsored by MAC. That is my closing remarks. I'm not going to say anymore. We're going to the gym. I've been informed that weather has kept us, our reception will be in the gymnasium so that we don't get wet. So I want to thank you for coming. I can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. I have to tell you, I'm probably going to be in the same suit tomorrow because I've only got one. But have a great night, and again, my hearty congratulations to our award winners. Thank you.